sniffling a little bit more, sneezing a little bit more. Joining us now, the 7 signs you're allergic to Christmas, Dr. Theresa Bingemann, an allergy and immunologist at Rochester Regional Health. Welcome.
Welcome.
Nice to see you.
Thank you for having me again.
Oh, thanks for coming. It's not the celebration necessarily of, it's the things that go along with that might cause people to sneeze and sniffle a little bit more than normal.
Exactly. So one of the issues, of course, is the center of most Christmas is the Christmas tree. And so what happens is they're often cut down in advance, and so they're left outside in moist conditions, and then mold builds up on the trees. So you can help if you leave it outside, or maybe dry it off with a leaf blower, or even have them shake it off before you bring it inside.
Interesting. Now, is that something that, you know, say for a child, for example, you might not really realize that they have this allergy until it is Christmas time?
A lot of people will come in January and said, oh my goodness, my child got so congested, or I got so congested. And because what happens is, as it's in the house over a few weeks, the mold levels go up. So in the beginning, it's not so bad.
Yeah, a lot of the tree places have this thing that they stick the tree in and it like shakes it.
Shaker,
it's so cool. My sister sent me a video of it because she just got a tree. And maybe that helps. Maybe it helps shake off the water.
It definitely helps. So she'd always ask them to shake off your tree.
How does it present? If you're a parent, what symptoms should she be looking for in your child?
So you may see congestion, itchy eyes, more sneezing, or clearing their throats as well.
Okay. What else? The wreaths, for example? Some other ornaments?
Wreaths could be that. Ornaments, even artificial trees and the ornaments, oftentimes, I know we store ours in our basement, so unless you put them in airtight containers, they may be dusty and moldy, and then you're bringing that up too. So it's always good to wipe them off, and then going forward, storing them in airtight containers.
The mold that you talk about, can we see this with our, like an eye?
Usually you can't, and that's what makes it so hard, because people don't realize it's there, so you don't think about it.
Okay, this one really blew my mind. We all think of amazing apple pie or, you know, homemade goodies. You say people can be allergic to pie?
So you can, unfortunately, and one of the hardest things about pies is if you think about the common food allergies, so it's milk, wheat, soy, peanuts, tree nuts, fish, and shellfish. And a lot of pies are made with either milk or eggs, and then sometimes people put nuts in the crust. And so that's an area patients have to be really careful about, because people, if they don't see the nuts, may say, oh, there's nothing in there. So it's always good to ask about the ingredients to try to stay safe.
And how about apples? If people have like an apple allergy, does that go away when they're cooked, or does that stay the same?
There's two different types of apple allergies you can have. The most common is the one that does go away when it's cooked. So it's called food pollen syndrome. And so what you're reacting to is the proteins that are broken down in cooking. So those patients can tolerate apple pie.
Good news. Lucky. My sister's listening. Of course, shopping too, right?
So shopping can be really stressful, and not that stress causes allergies directly, but if you have asthma, strong emotion can definitely make that worse. Not to mention all the irritants you're exposed to. So I was walking through a perfume department the other day, and it's so uncomfortable. And if you are really sensitive to smells and have really brittle asthma, that may set you off too.
Wow.
It might be a good thing if I were allergic to shopping, I might stop. I think it's too much shopping, right?
Of course, poinsettias too, right?
Oh, yeah, those are pegged.
So poinsettias are an issue in that their sap can have a latex-like protein in it. So it's not common for people that are latex allergic to have problems, but there have definitely been a few that have really felt debilitated when going into food stores if there have been a lot around that has caused them sometimes some symptoms. Usually you have to have direct contact to really have a problem.
Don't allow your pets to eat poinsettias. I heard they're very dangerous.
Yes, they can become quite sick.
Wait, and this can't be real. Cocktails? Say it ain't so.
No, don't do it.
Say it ain't so.
So we all like to imbibe and celebrate, but what happens is there's some cocktails, for example, that may contain milk, and so a milk allergic person needs to think about that. And then other cocktails will contain things like sulfites, and sulfites will sometimes cause problems for people with asthma.
Really?
So not that people can't imbibe. However, you want to think about what you're drinking.
Limit it.
And also make sure your asthma is well controlled and that you have your emergency medicines with you.
Yeah.
Good advice. We appreciate it. Oh, wow.
I'm nervous now. Taking down all
All I'm thinking is, like, some of us can now eat apple pie. Yay. That's my takeaway. Nice to see you again.
Thank you so much.
Well, happy
with your
holidays.
holiday